Hello, my friends. How are you doing this lovely Thursday? I hope you're doing well. Welcome back for another flight, another live stream. Thanks for joining me again. If you are here, whenever you're here, really appreciate you flying along with me. Today, we're sitting on the ground here in Telluride, Colorado, and I thought it might be nice to fly over to Monument Valley and check out some of the sights. I know we've probably done a flight like this, or maybe this specific flight on the channel before, but it's definitely one of my favorite places to fly. Monument Valley has got to be like one of the best places for an airplane in the entire world. So yeah, we'll just do it again, and it'll be fun because it'll give us nice things to look at on this Thursday afternoon. Let's go ahead and get into the Mooney here. We're flying the Carenado Mooney today, just because I haven't flown it in a while, and it seemed like a fun little aircraft to take out. And here we are. We'll go ahead and look at our flight plan real quick before we start getting things going. Going out Telluride, going out the sane way, so shouldn't have too much trouble. Just gonna climb out and keep climbing until we get over all the local hills and things like that. Got a few waypoints that are gonna get us kind of close, and then once we get to this waypoint, we'll be kind of to the east side of Monument Valley. We can kind of just fly around and take a look at the sights from there. And then from there, we're going into runway 34 in Monument Valley. There is a pretty significant cliff to the south of that runway. So we might have kind of an interesting path in. Might have to do kind of offset approach or something. I don't exactly know how tall that's cliff is from the runway, but it definitely looked a little intimidating from the world map, and I think I've gone out the other way where it's pretty much flat underneath you. That's pretty easy, so I don't know, we'll get there and we'll figure it out when we get there, right? So that's our planned route. It says 20,000 feet. I don't know if we'll get up quite that high today, but we'll see. All right. Get our mixture set and our prop set and our throttle open just a bit. Our mixture, we're probably going to want to come down a little bit. We're actually at altitude right now, so probably need to run a little lean just to get the best performance out of the engine. Just looking at our internal cameras here, just to see what we're working with. Fuel selector is good. We don't have batteries yet, so let's go figure that out. That's our battery. Okay. We got alt and avionics. Let's go ahead and get that started. So the GTN is saying we're already at 9,000 feet, so pretty healthy height up here right now at Telluride. Get our transponder going. Just kind of wait for the GNS to load up here. So we get harassed by the local vans. Very nice scenery at this airport for sure. Just a beautiful airport. Starting to find a few of the GPS signals, but still waiting. Come on, let's find them. All right, good stuff. So let's set our, okay, yeah. We got one of those altitude setters that does not work with the default for Spodnex, so just going to have to handle that ourselves as we go out. That's not a big deal. I think we're pretty good. Do we need... Let's go ahead and get our pitot on. I don't know if we need the fuel pump to start, but we'll go ahead and try it. And magneto's over there. Let's go ahead and get started. I guess I should have probably done my lights by now, but did not. Go ahead and turn the pump off just because it's running now, and we can do without the noise. Beacon. Okay. Oh, and it didn't start. Great. Let's get our boost pump going again. Okay, we are running with a boost pump, so that's good. Have we stabilized enough to turn it off? That's the question. Alright, I think we're good. Let's go ahead and take a look at, I guess, just traffic and announce our taxi.
Kilo Tango Echo X-ray traffic. Noob 20 is taxiing to runway 27. Kilo Tango Echo X-ray.
Cool, should be a pretty short taxi here. We just gotta go to the end of the runway. The direction. Yep. Okay. Let's go ahead and get rid of our parking brakes. And start moving. Just cannot get enough of the scenery, my friends. It is beautiful here. Hopefully be a really nice flight here coming out of Telluride and then going into Utah and into Monument Valley. Definitely should have some spectacular scenery today. Pretty nice summer day here in Colorado. We got a little bit of cloud cover here, but nothing too bad that should obstruct our views or too much. I think it's pretty clear from here to Utah as well, so should get nice views of the scenery. Woo. Getting a little squirrely here on taxi. Not sure if that's something I'm doing or might just have a little bit of a bumpy taxiway here. Good old Microsoft Flight Sim taxiway speed bumps, you know? The game is not challenging enough. It's always fun to have extra challenges like speed bumps in the runway and little divots and things like that. Alright, just about to our hold point. Going up to 14,000 feet here, which should be plenty. We are kind of on the west side of the Rockies right now, and going to be moving our way out of them, so we should be okay for a bit. Let's go ahead and tell people we're getting in the air. Going west.
Kilo Tango Echo X-ray traffic. New 20. Taking off runway 27. Departure to the west. Kilo Tango Echo X-ray.
Let's get our flaps. Make sure this is armed. Okay, I don't think it's going to let us do that until we get in the air, so... Ooh, a little bit of a downhill there, picking up speed. It's exciting. Got this nice ramp-shaped runway here that we can just kind of like use to lift us into the sky a little bit. So let's get lined up here. All right. Get our heading bug set up so that actually it looks like our route's pretty good. We could probably come out of here just on nav mode and would probably be fine here, so let's think about doing that. Okay, I guess we'll see if we can hit that when we get in the air. How is... Okay, flaps one. We did remember to do that. Let's go ahead and get going. Sitting here at about half mixture. Hopefully that'll give us enough throttle to get out, and let's get this baby purring. Messing with the mixture a bit to see if I get any better performance out of it. We are picking up speed, but like kind of not super fast. I think we'll be able to get off the ground here, but feel better if we were moving a little bit faster. Got plenty of runway here though. And we hit a bump. I think we can start lifting, and there we go. Off we go, my friends. Right, let me go back inside so that we can hopefully arm this now. Don't want to get too low. Okay, I think we're good. Yeesh. Oh, we just about clipped some trees. Hopefully we're going to make it out of here. Not so sure about our climb rate, but we are kind of cruising down this valley right now, so yeah. Looking out front, I think we're going to be okay. We are on nav mode. I could switch it back over to heading mode if we need to dodge any of these cliffs here or anything like that, but I think we're okay. I think we're going to be all right. Not the cleanest takeoff there. A little bit of a sketchy flight. Hopefully our landing on the other end is a little bit better today, but we'll see. Gonna bring down our climb rate a little bit now that we've kind of cleared a lot of the local ground, you know. Start bringing back our prop and throttle a little bit, just so that we're not pushing this thing quite so hard. It's starting to sound a little chunky there. And I think that's in a better spot. Nope, we're stalling. Bring our climb rate down quite a bit, just see if we can pick up some more speed. Our EGT was very low there, so it looks like definitely need to be a lot leaner. Okay, we just lost a bunch again. Seems to be like a specific spot where this plane wants to ride right now. Gonna bring the RPM down a little bit. We're at 10,000 feet now, and we're pretty clear of things, so I'm going to go ahead and set us for 12, because I'm not exactly sure what the service ceiling of this aircraft is. We might have to climb a bit again as we get going. For right now, I think it's just going to feel a little bit safer if we don't have to climb quite so much. Maybe this wasn't the best plane in the world for this flight, but sometimes you just want to try things, and you try things and they don't work out, but you kind of roll with punches, so... We're just having a good time checking out the scenery here. Leaving Telluride behind now and climbing a little bit better. Everything feels a little bit safer now, so that's better. Gonna be kind of going in a straight line here for a little bit. It's our first waypoint's in 3 miles, and then we have another waypoint pretty much directly in front of that, about 25 miles out. And then we'll start moving to the south a little bit once we get over into Utah. Just absolutely beautiful. Still getting tossed around a bit by the wind here. It's kind of unfortunate. I was running a test today. I uninstalled all of the weather, the weather add-ons that I have. I got a few of them just because they're cheap often. Let's see what that was all about. Oh, I think that was our altitude alert. I don't know if we're going to actually automatically level off here. But yeah, I've read online and things that, weather mods and things like that can cause issues with particularly career mode and things like that. It seems like if you're not flying live weather in career mode and you have weather mods installed, that it tends to choose the first preset in the weather list that you have. And for me, that was like a 15 knots crosswind or something like that. So yeah, for a while there, I was flying not on live weather, under peaceful weather, technically, but with a 15 knot crosswind on every single approach that I did. So yeah, I've definitely noticed the wind a lot recently in flight sim. I don't know if anyone else has thought the approaches and things like that have felt a little spicy recently, but it just feels like I can't find an approach where there's not like massive gusts of wind all the time. So I was hoping maybe if we disable the weather mods, maybe it'll give us a little bit cleaner approaches for a little bit. We can fly live weather for a little bit and just see how that goes. Live weather is beautiful as well. It does kind of limit options for flights sometimes, but yeah, I don't know. We're getting blown around here pretty good today, so it might not have been a solution. It might have just been an experiment with a bad outcome. But it was worth trying, right? It looks like our altitude is just an alerter there. Did not get it appropriately armed the second time once we started having issues with stalling out. So just going to go ahead and tell it to level off myself. And we're at about 12,500 feet now, so we should be good and clear of the ground for a bit. Got about 30 miles to our next waypoint, and then we're going to go turn to our left here and go a little bit more southwest until we start seeing all the crazy-looking natural monuments rising out of the Utah Valley. So, got a ways to go before we get there, though, so we'll just go ahead and peek some views of the western side of the Rockies. If you've never visited Colorado, it is an absolutely beautiful state. I've lived here for quite a while now, and I gotta tell you, the views just never ever get old. Definitely worth seeing sometime. The mountains are somehow more impressive in person than you expect them to be. Just creates a really, really nice backdrop for, being outside and things like that. When I was working at DIA, there were not too many things about that job that I really enjoyed, but, being out there on the wide open ramp with the spectacular views, that was one of the things that I really did appreciate. It was quite beautiful out there with not a lot of scenery in the way between you and the foothills. So. Land's starting to level out here a little bit. And now that we're in the air, you know, this plane's flying pretty good. Definitely interesting looking aircraft for sure, these Moonies. They got a unique style to them. That tail fin is just kind of wacky looking. It looks like it's almost backwards, you know. The console just feels really tall for a plane that kind of looks small from the outside, but big too. I don't know. Just a unique looking plane for sure. Definitely getting some space between ourselves and the peaks now. Still have quite a ways to go until we're actually in Utah. We are still in Colorado right now, but on the western side of the state, making our way west. Definitely much flatter over here than in the middle of the state. Still very beautiful though. About 20 miles here until we take our turn to the south a little bit, so got a little bit of ways to go over the flatlands here. I think Flight Sim does really well with the colors out in this area of the country, like just always really unique seeing all the different reds and greens and yellows and things like that. Very believable. It looks real sometimes, very real sometimes. So if I had to guess from the map, I think off to our right there is Wedding Bell Mountain. Don't know that for sure, just guess looking at the map, but Man, that is spectacular. Just gorgeous. And the amazing thing is it's just going to get better from here, my friends. Like, this is really nice scenery, but, you know, Monument Valley is next level. God, the colors are just so great. Definitely put some pretty good distance between ourselves and Telluride at this point. Not seeing too many of the large peaks anymore, just kind of dealing with some smaller hills and things like that now. Not a lot of civilization out here in this particular part of the state. Alright, 10 miles till our turn, friends. Start making our way pretty direct to Monument Valley. Gonna come in on the east side of it a little bit and, you know, maybe just fly around for a bit, taking the scenery before we make our landing, but we'll decide that as we get a little bit closer. Don't have to have solid plans all the time when you get into the air, you know? Sometimes you just kind of feel it out. See where the wind blows you, you know? The scenery does not get old out here. Just beautiful. I wonder what those markings are there. Just off our right wing there. Probably just some farming stuff or whatever, but looks almost like those desert carvings or whatever. Pretty cool. Probably just a glitch in the Bing's map data, though. That's what most of these things out here are. Go ahead and take a little bit closer look at these peaks, maybe? Nope. Got blocked out by the wing. Let's try... It's not a great view either. Four miles until we turn, my friends. here we go. Setting our course a little southwest on our way down to Monument Valley. Pretty spectacular scenery below us. Probably be a bad place for an engine out or something. You'd have could probably find some flat ground somewhere along the way to get down on, but I'm guessing you'd be a long way from rescue out here. No major obstacles out in front of us, so I think we're pretty good here, cruising at about 12,500. After we get a little bit closer to Monument Valley, we'll go back inside for a few minutes, take a look at the tablet, and start planning our approach a little bit. Again, just visual today, no sort of ILS or RNAV or anything like that going into Monument Valley. So we're just going to have to kind of feel it out. But it is, be good to know what our runway altitude and things like that are before going in. At some point we're going to have to switch tanks too. So we'll probably do that at the same time. Maybe about the time we hit the next waypoint. I've got basically one more waypoint planned until we get to Monument Valley. And that waypoint is going to be about halfway through our flight, so that'd be a decent place to switch tanks. Probably makes sense to switch them more often, but we're not necessarily going for the most realistic flying here. We try to do a decent job, but it is still a sim, so it's good to keep that in mind as we get around. Not that big a deal if we have issues, go down or whatever. We're probably going to walk away from any flight we have here. And that's a good thing. Get to see some beautiful things along the way and walk away from it. Say that's going to be a success, right? We are just about to cross over into Utah here. So we are leaving the great state of Colorado and going on to Utah, another beautiful state that has even crazier scenery in some ways. And welcome to Utah, my friends. Welcome to Utah. Pretty flat here below us right now, so that's pretty good. Definitely losing the peaks and things like that. There's some isolated hills off to the side and some valleys that have been cut through with the rivers and things like that, but definitely much more flat here. Starting to see small signs of civilization, but I bet these houses have pretty long commutes to the grocery store, Just absolutely beautiful section of the country, though. Like, and you can't get a better view than from the air. Looking back, we can just kind of see some of the peaks that we left earlier in the day. But have definitely put some distance between us and them at this point. Probably a good 40 to 60 miles from Telluride at this point. And maybe about that far to go until we hit Monument Valley. Definitely can see a little bit of the scan lines for the satellites here in this section. You can tell that they were maybe done on different days or something like that, but pretty distinct line there between you know, one pass of the satellite and the other. Always kind of funny when you can pick that out. It is a little immersion breaking. It's not too bad, but it is always kind of funny. Not the worst that you can see in the sim. Sometimes, you know, you see things like clouds, you know, stuck on the ground and things like that. Those are always pretty funny, but yeah, always a little funny when you can see the scan lines there. Definitely making our way over some more valleys and things here. And definitely seeing more scan lines there. I think off to our left is Pearson Point. I don't know anything about that, but that's what it says on the map. Looks like we've got a buddy up there to our left as well. He's probably moving a lot faster than us, and he's a lot higher than us too, so probably a much more capable aircraft up there. We do have live traffic on, so you know, potentially that is a real flight up there, but I know that Microsoft always does live traffic so well. Sometimes they'll give me calls and tell me that I need to watch out for planes that are in the vicinity and things like that, and you know, those things never get rendered, so we never did switch our radio comm frequency once we got into the air here, so we're kind of flying blind a little bit, or I guess deaf would be more appropriate. But should be fine. Should be fine. Just doing a little VFR fooling around here, so don't necessarily need to let the virtual towers and centers and things like that know where we're at. We'll be neighborly and call into the destination airport when we get there, even though it doesn't matter. Assuming I remember to do that, but sometimes it's kind of nice to you know, fly around without the chatter. I do really enjoy the comms chatter in flight sim, but it can be hard to talk around sometimes too. Not that anyone necessarily wants to hear from me, but too bad. So we're within 5 miles of our next waypoint here, so let's go ahead and go back inside for a minute. See if we can switch the fuel tank without cutting it off. This is always a gamble. Pretty easy that time, we're good. Okay, and let's go ahead. Again, things are looking a little weird over here, but plane seems to be doing okay, so we're just going to roll with it. Let's go ahead and take a look at Monument Valley. Again, there's no approaches. We're going into runway 34, which is going to be a little bit more fun than, you know, 16, because we'll have a little bit of stuff to dodge as we go in. We probably won't be able to take it straight on like we like to do. And our elevation is going to be right about at a mile, so 5,000 feet. So we'll probably set our altimeter for about 7,000 once we get around there, and then just kind of take a look at the airport and see what we can do. Yeah, no charts or anything there. Obviously, that's not that surprising. Pretty small little airport, so again, we're just going to have to go visual and make it work. Go ahead and pop that out of our way, and we'll pop back outside so we can spy the scenery a little bit more. Kind of passing Blanding, Utah at this point, but it looks like it's far enough off in the distance that we can't really see it. We're still pretty well out in the boonies, which is, you know, what 99% of this section of the country is, I think. About 50 miles until we get to Monument Valley here, and now I realize that I was an idiot looking out the wrong side of the plane. Yeah, definitely that is Blanding over there, and we are very much close enough to take a look. Looks pretty. Nice little peak in the background. Pretty nice area for sure. Definitely flattening out over here a little bit. Fewer peaks, more scars in the earth there. Got its own kind of beauty. I think I prefer the mountains a little bit more, but you know, got to get through some of this stuff to get to the monuments on the other side. Just a nice Thursday afternoon flight, my friends. Nothing wrong with it. Looks like we got some water treatment plants or something like that going over. Not much in the way of civilization out here, though. Be waving goodbye to Blanding here in just a few minutes. Not sure I see any other similarly sized cities on our way down there. Be crossing into a national monument here before too long, just kind of cutting through the edge of it. Natural Bridges National Monuments, and kind of skirt the edge of Grand Gulch Instant Study Area Complex as well. But definitely getting closer and closer. We're about 30 miles out now, so I'm hoping before too long we'll see things starting to peek out of the horizon there. We'll start getting our first views of the scenery. Gonna zoom in on the GTN a little bit since we're getting closer. Not giving me too much information there. Still pretty flat out here. A little bit of elevation here off to our right, but not too much. Very beautiful, just very beautiful though. We're leaving the browns and going into some more reds up ahead here. A little bit different colored soil for your viewing pleasure. Definitely like the color mixing that we've got going on up in front of us. The reds and greens are nice mix up ahead for sure. About 30 miles to go, my friends. Thanks for sticking with me. Still pretty nice, if not maybe not as majestic as our start, but I think our end's going to be similarly majestic here today. Starting to cross into national parks here. Definitely getting closer to the good stuff. Following the river here. It's just stunning, like all those colors together. It's just pretty magical. I do love looking at it. Seems like we've been maybe flying a little bit slow today, but not too bad. We're about an hour in stream now, which means a little bit less than that in the air, probably. So probably pretty close to on time. I think the estimate was about an hour for this flight. We might take a little bit longer than that just to, you know, take a look around the area once we get there a little bit. Plan our approach a little bit too. Starting to see the local area on the GTN for UT25, and it doesn't look too bad based on the elevation that it's saying is in the area, but pretty far out at this point. Resolution's probably not super great on that, so we might have to dodge a cliff as we come in today. I think we'll be able to make it, though. We tend to have pretty good luck with landings and things like that. Man, what a cool feature below us here. About 20 miles to go, so yeah, maybe we'll start seeing some of the Monument Valley structures here any minute now. At this distance, they probably won't be much more than like little points or something like that, but they will look much better once we get closer. About to go right by Sugarloaf Peak. I don't know that I really see a peak out there, but Off to our right side here. Maybe it's that mesa over there or something. Not 100% sure. Oh, maybe the aircraft is blocking it. Probably that little baby peak over there. Our map says we're right on top of it right now, so. "15 miles to go, my friend, so we're getting pretty close now." Let's go ahead and go inside and lower our altitude a little bit. Don't want to go that low. Let's go to 8 for now. And it looks like Spot has found it this time, so I think we're okay. 13 miles to our waypoint, so welcome to Monument Valley, friends. Don't know why I can't say Monument Valley today. Seems problematic, but it is what it is. Get my heading bug lined up here so that we can take over and manual fly at any point in time whenever we see something we want to check out. And here we go. We got scenery. Our airport's kind of off in that direction too, so hopefully we'll spot that before too long, but we definitely have some time to come around and take a look at that before we get too far along in our approach. This would definitely be a spectacular airport to fly into, for sure. I have only been virtually, and again, it's one of my favorite airports to fly into in the sim, fly out of. Scenery does not get old here. I think that's a kind of big hill at the edge of our 2 wing. The right wing there is the cliff face that we're going to have to dodge a little bit to get into our assigned runway here. I think we'll probably be coming in from this side ultimately. Sorry, just kick the pedals there for a second. Just want to make sure everyone's awake since we're getting close to, our destination, the scenery. Trying to find a good angle here that doesn't close off too much. We'll get better looks a little bit as we get a little bit closer. Again, I think I'll probably switch over to heading hold and fly us around a little bit. Maybe do some stupid things. Pretty nice here, my friends. Beautiful day, beautiful location. Really does not get much better than this. Let's see if our wing views are looking any better now. Nope, we're still blocking things off pretty well. Let's go ahead and switch over to heading hold and start making our way in. And Monument Valley Airport should be just off our nose here. I think I can kind of see it there. Yeah, I think we should have plenty of space coming in this direction. So let's dip down below a little bit, get a little bit closer to the ground, and we'll fly around the monuments here a little bit. Definitely seeing the scan line for the satellite here right now. A little immersion braking, but we'll deal with it. I think that might be the airport up ahead, all those buildings there, but not 100% sure from this angle. There's our altitude alerter, so we're approaching 8, but I think I want to go down a little bit further. Let's go ahead and set to 7, since that's where... That's about where we want to be to do our approach here. Plus, it'll get us a little bit closer to the rocks. Kind of too bad that there's such an obvious satellite line here. But what are you going to do? It's amazing that they can scan these things at all. Okay, looks like there's our airport right off our left wing there, I think. So yeah, that could be a little fun to get into. Maybe not. No, actually, that is not the airport. Turn it around here. Take a look at the scenery. Definitely some good-looking rocks here, my friends. Coming up on the airport here. Should be high enough now that we're not too menacing to local traffic or anything like that, and we're far enough away. I do see it there, so yeah, I kind of know what we're aiming for, and I think we're gonna have to come in definitely at an angle here just to make this safe. Come over, I don't know, maybe that's a high school or something, got a nice little football field down there or something, and find our runway, but let's take a trip around a little bit more and get ourselves a little bit more ready for an approach. pretty great views, my friends. We'll go ahead and swing us around the valley here one more time before we come in, and then we'll work on our approach and hope we get in safely. Not too much risk in a virtual airplane, but you know, we try to keep it clean around here. I don't know why my fingers keep going to the wrong buttons today, but that's what we got to deal with. Sorry for the extra spinning of the cameras. Pretty nice scenery, my friends. Pretty nice. Okay, we'll go ahead and start swinging our way west or east again a little bit. Take a look at our airport behind us as we swing around. Be a bit of a challenge to get in there, but I think it won't be too bad. Did have a little bit of spiciness with the gusts and things like that coming out of Telluride, but things have seemed to stabilize pretty well here in Monument Valley. Taking one last swing around the valley here. Gotta fly over some of these peaks. And then turn around and start getting ready to land. Looks like we're gonna have a nice little road that we can kind of follow in as a visual guide as we make our way to the airport. Gonna start, bring back the throttle a little bit just so that we slow down a little bit. Looks like we're slowing down pretty good, so I think this plane definitely is feeling a little bit of the drag. Should make it nice and easy to get ourselves into a good spot speed-wise. Definitely a beautiful area here, man. Lots of cool stuff to fly over, for sure. Thanks for checking out the sights with me, my friends. Been a pleasure flying this flight with you. All right, let's start swinging around and see if we can find our road that we want to kind of follow in. There was like a track field or a football field or something that we're going to be aiming for, kind of as we try to find our airport here. I think I see the high school track field airport area. Going to be landing kind of like right along that ridge there, I believe. So about 8 miles out at this point. Alright, now we get to the real work. Here's the busy portion of the flight. We are a little bit high here, so I'm just going to go ahead and start bringing us down vertical speed. Should be okay coming over the mesa here. Go ahead and take a notch flaps here, just kind of slow us down a little bit more and stabilize us. Usually when I'm doing the flights for the channel, I would pull the gear here as well, but I'm going to wait until we're closer at this point. That's white building up there, and that high school is kind of what we're aiming for. We're going to kind of follow the road in, and then Monument Valley should be kind of off to our right as we get closer. I think I can kind of see the runway at this point, but just kind of guessing. Getting a little fast going downhill here. Don't want to get too fast for the flaps. But definitely want to get going downhill a bit. Our runway altitude is about 5,500. We're just passing 7,500 now, so about 2,000 feet to go. And in pretty decent shape, although picking up speed here in a way that is not super comfortable. Gonna try and skirt the edge of that cliff a little bit as we come in, just to give us a little bit more space to turn to our right, so that we don't have to necessarily go hard right at the last minute. Seemed to be okay. I was a little worried that we were getting a little slow there, but our speed's still okay. Been kind of hanging out at altitude with the nose level for a little bit, so kind of expecting to bleed off a little bit more speed than we did. Not a problem though, we're in good shape here. Just gonna look out over the nose here. Not great visibility, but I'm pretty sure I got our runway in sight here. Definitely a little bit spicy, kind of flying at the cliff's edge there. Trying not to think about that too much. Starting to come around the corner. Can't exactly tell where the edge of the runway is, if it starts right there where the concrete is, or if we've got a bit of a threshold that we're going to need to fly over. Should have plenty of space though. Don't pay too much attention to the scenery off to our left here. I promise you we will probably not hit it. And we do have a nice long runway here, so we should be able to get it down and roll it out. We are way fast now though. Let me just kill it. Yeah, I know. Does not like running without throttle there, but let's get around the corner. Oops. A little too hard on the kick. Very, very high. Okay, we're going to try that again, my friends. The rare go-around on this channel. Usually I go in and try and stick them no matter what, but you know, sometimes that ends up in failure. We don't want to fail today though, so we're going to climb up a little bit here, swing it around. Probably not do the full route this time, but got a little bit better idea of what we're shooting for at this point. And yeah, they definitely did not make that approach easy. There's definitely not a lot of space between the wall of the cliff there and the edge of the runway. So I'm going to try and be in a little bit better space speed-wise and altitude-wise as we go around. Definitely climb is helping with our speed. We're at a much better spot right now than the 100 knots or so I was doing the first time. Just trying to spot that high school field again, just so that get back on approach. Okay, I think we're at a good spot here, so let me start taking the throttle out again. Gonna be not so high this time. That's the plan anyway. We'll see if we can stick to the plan. Definitely a better approach angle this time. Just say we were going to check out, you know, taking a visual pass the first time. Just trying to get a sense of where the runway was at. Gonna pull gear now. That would have been the other issue with trying to land first time. This thing really wants to keep running, for sure. And we are just skating over that ground right now. With it, and we overshot a little bit, and we are stalling. Ooh, frames. I think we made it though. Whew. That was a challenging approach, my friends. Challenging approach. We were definitely long, but you know, they gave us plenty of runway here to kind of run out on, which is good. I was super fast on that one and super high. I wanted to be a little bit better off the second time around, but I don't know that we were in a much better spot. Maybe a slightly better spot, but man, that runway definitely sneaks up on you in a hurry coming in the 3-4 there, or whatever it is that we just came in on. Go ahead and kick it around here and go see if we can find a parking spot. And you know, I said I was going to be neighborly and talk to the tower when we came in, but I did not announce my intentions. But that would have been the least of our concerns. First time around, I didn't even have gear down, so clearly not in great headspace right here. But we did make the runway, and we are on the ground safely. So we'll call it a success. wind wasn't too bad coming in, so maybe we did fix our issue with the gusts by removing the all of the add-ons related to weather, but maybe not. It's totally possible that, you know, that's a big cliff there just kind of gave us a little bit of a blocker from the wind, and since we were coming in kind of at an angle too, and fast, we just might not have noticed it. We had a lot going on there for a few minutes, so. Did make it in here to Monument Valley though, so not a bad result all in all. I'm gonna come down here to the end and see if we can find a spot to pull off for parking. I don't know if this is like car parking or aircraft parking or whatever, but yeah, it's all the same thing, right? Just go ahead and pull off up over here. Toss on our parking brake and go ahead and starts killing the engine here. That's all good. Go ahead and turn off our fuel tank. Can get some of our things turned off here. Avionics, alternator, battery. There we go. Anyway, thanks a lot for joining me again today, my friends. It was a pleasure flying with you. I do hope you enjoyed this flight, and hopefully I will see you again soon. I'm going to call it there. I got to go pick up some vegetables, so we'll see you next time. All right, take it easy. Bye-bye.